hard
Is
to
the
find
thing
good
on?
autism.
Hey.
Press the button. late. 2 minutes. Only 2 minutes though. We've been later.
So hard to find good help.
Yeah.
We have been
Nowadays.
later. It's okay. We've been a lot
It's
later.
okay.
Welcome to UCR live again for another week, ladies and gentlemen. We are here and we are ready to. That was my voice.
Wow.
Stereo. I was like, let's turn that down so it doesn't go off. I was just like to check when the things come through that it's actually working, just because we've had those issues as well, where things say they're working and they're not working, but it's working because I just deafened everyone with my own
Not
voice
the Instagram
twice.
one. Not the Facebook
Instagram should be
notification yet.
The Instagram should be going. I press go on the Instagram.
Yeah,
They're asking me to do too many things. They're asking
You can
me to press all
multitask,
these
dude. I
buttons,
have
and I
faith
just
in
don't
you.
know what to.
You can do it.
I know, right? You'd think by now I'd have it, but
There it is.
sometimes it's just not the go.
Another notification for Facebook.
All right, we're going. I think it's working.
Go.
Yeah, I've got and it's the two formats on YouTube now. It's like freaking out. It's like living the dream,
Yeah.
but it works. How is everyone? We're awake. We're here. We're living. First of all, we have to say congratulations to Christina.
Yay!
She got
Thank
her
you.
job. Queen.
Thank you.
Queen.
Have you
I know,
officially
right?
start? When do you officially start?
So the official start date is February 8th. I mean,
Okay.
I'm like, again, it's my own team. It was just a promotion. So I'll be like the supervisor. And
HBIC.
fucking excited. You have no idea. I'm so like proud of myself because I know how hard I work for this, and just to know that like it's all that hard work paid off. And like I hung up the phone with the lady from HR and I look at my husband, I go, vindication. And it's just one of those moments where it's just like, yeah, this is
But
what
that's
I've been
nice
working
though.
for,
It's
right?
always good when you get a bit of recognition for your hard work. And
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
and you also did save that woman in spite of herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, you saved the bank several
$100,000.
$1,000.
Yeah, $178,000.
Yeah.
You're like
That was
the
crazy.
Nigerian prince's worst enemy.
Oh yeah, they
Yeah.
have nothing on me. Are you kidding? That's like the easiest thing to spot nowadays. Now it's
You
more
got
like
fraud issues. Come see this girl right here.
yeah. Now it's like, oh, I met this woman online, and we've been talking, and she needs help, so I sent her money, but to get that out of them, they don't even want to tell you that, like, because I don't know if they're embarrassed or
they're embarrassed.
Yeah.
Because on some level, they know that it's probably a scam.
oh yeah. I mean,
Well,
I'm like,
on every
watching
level.
so many shows and documentaries and everything. It's just,
Yeah.
I mean, how could you not know? But you don't know.
You don't want to
It's-
believe it. You want to believe that someone fell in
Yeah.
love with you online.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's why they pick these people. They're easy marks.
Exactly.
They prey on them.
And it is an embarrassing thing. You don't want to go, oh, I've been tricked out of, and why? Oh, just because somebody paid me a little bit of attention. It's a very sad state. It's a sad state of things, really, isn't it? Like people are that desperate for connection that they're.
But no, and not even the connection either. But like, think of the people doing this to those people.
Yeah.
I think that's even worse. Like
No
you're such
morals
a piece of
there.
shit to fuck with people like that. Like, how could you have no emotion and just do that? I don't know. The latest thing was that Verizon. You know what happened to Verizon, right? Like, I don't know if you're going to talk about
I
it.
knew there was a
Verizon outage.
The whole big
blackout.
blackout, right?
Right.
So they were sending $20 credits to people, and they these fraudsters are now sending fraudulent text messages to say, "Hey, it's Verizon. Here's your $20 credit. Click on the link." And again, like, you pieces of shit. Like, and my dad told me he did it. I go, what number did it come from? Like, Did you see that you had to sign into Verizon? Was it the Verizon site? Like, what were you
Yeah.
doing? Were you like, I asked him 100 questions. Hey, Dogsy. Oh my
Oh,
God,
wow,
everything's
okay.
coming in now. Hello,
I know.
I know.
hello.
Hey, Joe.
Oh my goodness.
Everyone's coming in. Yeah.
But yeah, it's just crazy. So
Same.
I just, it's,
Same, Joe.
it's a very telling sign of the times, like that social media and everything's meant to connect us so much more, but people feel so isolated and lonely that they fall for this kind of thing. It's sad.
it's Verizon.
Verizon. It's a phone. It's a telecommunications carrier in the States.
One of the
So they had a
biggest
big. It's like when we had our Optus outage and all that kind of thing.
I have
So
AT&T, so I wasn't affected.
I have
wasn't
Verizon, but I
affected.
was not affected.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't
my
everywhere.
coworker was like, "Do you have internet? Yeah. Do you have phone service? Yeah." He
Wow.
said, how do you know? And I said, "Because I'm on TikTok."
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, everybody, like
Yeah.
nobody had
Nope,
any
I
service
had
the whole
service
day.
all day long. It never affected my phone.
My
Wow.
favorite one of these scams, though, are the ones that inbox. It's like, I'm Michael Jackson. I need $500 to get back to. It's like, what?
You
Why?
weren't even okay. We had Reba McEntire.
Yeah,
We
I've seen
had
that one.
Hillary Swank, and we had
Okay, I haven't seen Hillary.
oh my God, who's that country singer? Not Post Malone, not Teddy Swims. It was like
Jelly Roll.
Nathan something. I don't know. He's not like
One of them.
huge, but it was like something like that. I don't even know. Was it Zach Bryan?
Oh, maybe.
Oh,
Yeah,
is
he's
Brian?
a country singer.
Luke Bryan.
Somebody was like, "Are you kidding me? Like, why would he need $10,000? What are you doing?" Like, oh my God, just crazy. That was a big thing like 2 years ago.
Yeah,
The
it's
celebrities.
just the celebrity. It's Beyonce. I need $500 for a flight.
Yeah.
But really, I don't think
Like,
so.
no, you don't.
I'm
you crazy
stranded
bitch.
and I lost my phone and I thought this was my friend's phone. Can you help me?
Yeah. Unreal.
Insane. What about lovely Vera? What have you been up to?
Well, my nephew's
Hey,
home this
Lashana.
week. Hey,
Hey,
Lashana. Because his insurance runs out in 8 days due to the big, beautiful bill. So he had to get some surgery done before his insurance runs out. So he's been sleeping on my couch so Aunt Vera can take care of him all week.
Oh.
And now we got to get him back to school before the snow apocalypse hits.
I love
Where'd
how
you go?
dramatic you guys. I love how dramatic you guys are about your weather. Like when I was there,
I
it's
am
like
so-
white out warning. I'm like, oh, what is that? It's just a lot of snow. What Arctic bomb? It's like, oh wow,
Trouble.
Polar vortex.
Yeah.
polar vortex. I'm like,
I'm so pissed at the weather. There have been
Pissed at
two
the
major
weather.
storm warnings that have gone on for storm should be starting Wednesday night into Saturday morning. Expect 12 to 39 inches, blah, blah, blah.
Oh my
wow,
God.
that's a lot of inches. Yeah, I saw that.
It's a lot of inches.
Sorry,
It
Vera,
is a
to
lot of
interrupt.
inches.
Happy birthday to your grandmother. 96.
Happy birthday.
96,
Monday was my
yay.
father's birthday. So they share a
Yes.
birthday.
Birthdays around, huh? Birthdays all around.
Oh yeah.
We love it.
Yeah, mine was Tuesday.
Monday was your
I don't know.
birthday.
Yeah.
You and your
Tuesday.
dad are so close together. Just one
Yeah,
day
it's
apart?
actually my grandmother's was the 18th. She would have been I think 100 maybe, or 90, at least 99, but no, 103, something like that. Whatever. She's dead.
I
My
was
grandmother.
about to say,
my grandmother.
that's a bigger story.
Yeah, my grandmother's the 18th. Was the 18th. My father's the 19th, and I'm the 20th.
Wow.
And then my niece is tomorrow. My niece is the 23rd. She's gonna be
So many
13. Happy birthday,
What
Daisy!
happens 9 months before January?
Yeah, I
Right?
know,
That's what I
right?
want to know.
Do it in March
like-
every
Is it
year.
March?
That would be 9 months before. March or April.
So spring flowers. What is it? April
I
I don't
flowers.
know, but your family's getting busy in whatever month it is.
Right? Unreal. One of those things.
making it rain, quite literally.
Yeah, really.
It's
And you,
beautiful.
Stevie, what's up with you?
I am just counting down the days till I get to hop on a plane. It is now Friday here in Australia. On Tuesday morning, I get to go on holidays from balmy weather to the frosty chill of Canada. But it'll be okay. Something different, something
Nice.
Do
exciting.
you still have
So,
your winter coat from Jeff that Jeff
I
got you?
do. I
Yeah.
do. Oh, Grandma says thank you. God bless.
Aw.
God bless.
Yeah, really cherish it. Oh my god.
I do have
So lucky.
I do have my coat. It's a bit bigger than last time I
Yeah.
wore it, so that's a
So you got
plus.
room
I'm
for
like,
more sweaters.
yeah, I
Yeah.
can layer on it, but it doesn't look. I was looking at the weather, and it's not dissimilar to what it's like when I'm over at
Well,
Jeff's
actually,
place
I
in
think
the winter.
BC
So right.
tends to be a little warmer than
It's getting.
this
It looks
coast.
like it's getting warmer. We're edging towards double digits, so that's okay. I'm fine with that.
All right.
We
Yeah,
can
we're
do
gonna
it.
get. They said anywhere between 10 and like 18 inches of snow,
I know, right?
or like 8
What a gift.
and 15. Like it's such a range at this
Yeah,
point,
it's
and
like all a guess and all sensational and
because it's
buy your
coming
milk
through in
and
like
bread,
bands.
panic in
Apparently,
advance, and
like
I
the
love it.
first band is like 1 to 3, and then that's gonna like ice over, and then we're gonna get 8 inches on Sunday, and then that's gonna
yeah,
ice over, and then we're supposed to get
It's a
another
nice
1 to
Sunday.
3 on Monday.
yeah.
Like, what the
So
fuck?
Sunday is supposed to, when the severe weather is supposed to start here. So I got to get Matthias back to Albany Saturday.
Yeah.
Get him out. All right, he's
Mhm,
getting out, but
shovel
we should probably get into it, right? Yeah,
You
shoveling
can
out.
if you want, whatever.
I guess so.
All right, ladies, let's take a deep dive into this week.
Hot load of hot topics.
Okay, big drama this week. So the brand Beckham, they have
Oh.
taken hit. Have you heard this story?
Who has not heard this story? This has made every single
I don't
news
think I've
outlet
heard.
in the state.
Stay
Everyone's
with
been on
me. This is quite lengthy because Brooklyn Beckham has taken to Instagram to air out the dirty laundry he has with his parents quite graphically. So what we'll do is we'll take it page by page because I think it's all worth discussing. So are we ready? Are we settled? Shall we begin? Okay. Brooklyn says, I've been silent for years and made every effort to keep these matters private. Unfortunately, my parents and their team have continued to go to the press, leaving me with no choice but to speak for myself and tell the truth about only some of the lies that have been printed. I do not want to reconcile with my family. I'm not being controlled. I'm standing up for myself for the first time in my life. My entire life, my parents have controlled the narratives in the press about our family. The performative social media posts, family events, and inauthentic relationships have been a fixture of the life I was born into. Recently, I have seen with my own eyes the length that they'll go to place countless lies in the media, mostly at the expense of innocent people, to preserve their own facade. But I believe the truth always comes out. Page 1. So this is where it gets interesting because the big conversation has been about his marriage to Nicola Peltz and the fact that the parental Beckhams don't necessarily approve or like what's going on. My parents have been trying endlessly to ruin my relationship since before my wedding, and it hasn't stopped. My mum cancelled making Nicola's dress in the 11th hour despite how excited she was to wear the design, forcing her to urgently find a new dress. Weeks before our big day, my parents repeatedly pressured me and attempted to bribe me into signing away the rights to my name, which would have affected me, my wife, and our future children. They were adamant on me signing before the wedding date because then the terms of the deal would be initiated. My holdout affected their payday and they have never treated me the same since. During the wedding planning, my mum went as far as to call me evil because Nicola and I chose to include my nanny Sandra and Nicola's naughty at our table because they both didn't have their husbands. Both of our parents had their own tables equally adjacent and to ours and same distance apart. Okay, so dollars, that's not a surprise, you know. The Beckhams, you know, I saw a
It's a lot
TikTok
of
saying,
dollars.
I saw a TikTok going, I'm sorry, you're just going to have to really, like, I need a minute.
Actually,
I
I
just had
think
some
it's
shocking news
a lot
that
of pounds.
the Beckhams like to make a
Right.
bit of money. It's like, yes, this is true. So it gets better. The night before our wedding, members of my family told me that Nicola was not blood and not family. Since the moment I started standing up for myself with my family, I'd received endless attacks from my parents, both privately and publicly, that were sent to the press on their orders. Even my brothers were sent to attack me on social media before they ultimately blocked me out of nowhere last summer, which there's a few narrative issues there. My mum hijacked this is the thing that everyone's blowing up about. My mum hijacked my first dance with my wife, which had been planned weeks in advance to a romantic love song. In front of our 500 wedding guests, Mark Anthony called me to the stage where in the schedule was planned to be my romantic dance with my wife, but instead my mum was waiting to dance with me. She danced very inappropriately on me in front of everyone. I've never felt more uncomfortable or humiliated in my life. We wanted to renew our vows so we could create new memories of our wedding day that bring us joy and happiness, not anxiety and embarrassment.
Yikes.
Now, there is a huge clamoring because 500 guests, just guests, right?
Right.
There's not any footage.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Not from a waiter, not from a bartender, not from anyone. I know that we have to sign NDAs and all this kind of drama.
They
But
probably won't have a lot of phones,
there
you
are-
know? Like,
There are ways to
I
sneak
want to
this
know
stuff
more
out.
about the bride's dress.
Well, this is the interesting thing because they say 11th hour Victoria cancelled, didn't want to do it. But then the people that were providing the dress said that the dress that Nicola actually wore said that that's not true, that she'd been actually in contact with them weeks before.
You're right. So
okay.
that's not exactly 11th hour.
It's not
Yeah.
exactly 11th hour, but
That's a time frame that's been
it could
distorted
also
little
be
bit.
a little bit, I guess, indicative of her you get these gut feelings about things and people.
Yeah.
Did she have something on the down low just in case? Because
Right.
the evidence is suggesting that they just don't like this woman. They don't like the fact that this is the woman that their son has chosen, and they're going to make it as difficult as possible. So, my
Yeah.
wife has been. This is where it gets better again. My wife has been consistently disrespected by my family, no matter how hard we've tried to come together as one. My mum has repeatedly invited women from my past into our lives in ways that clearly intended to make us both uncomfortable.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, mum likes the exes better than the new girlfriend, obviously. Despite this, we still traveled to London for my dad's birthday, where we were rejected for a week as we waited in a hotel room trying to plan quality time with him. Now we talked about this and how the narrative was they didn't even try and get in contact with him for his birthday and all of that mishigas because there was a big thing about it. Now Brooklyn's saying they went to London to try and make time with them, but he refused all of our attempts unless it was at his big birthday party with 100 guests and cameras at every corner. When he finally agreed to see me, it was under the condition that Nicola wasn't invited. It was a slap in the face. Later, when my family traveled to LA, they refused to see me at all. They really don't like it.
Yeah, you know.
Who do you
had a
want to
couple of
believe?
thoughts.
You know? But it's like,
sorry, keep going.
no, it's just who do you want to believe? You know, like, do you want
Right.
to believe?
I'm
Like,
guessing that they're both at fault.
yeah.
You know, they
But
probably
he's not-
don't like this girl. They, you know,
He's not a
they,
child either, though.
But if they love their child, you know,
Right.
they're. My best friend's mom always had a saying, and it's kind of gross saying, but love the master, love the dog. and she would use it in situations like this. I know it's a gross thing, but I mean, you know, if you love your child, you deal with the wife. You know, you work at it. You don't
Because
just draw lines in the sand because it's childish.
Yeah.
Right. But
I think a lot
there
of
everyone's
stuff is like misinterpreted, like misinterpreted. Because like, you know, things can be taken out of context too, you know, especially when, you know, oh, I'm embarrassed, my mom was dancing up on me. Maybe she was fucking drunk, you know, like maybe she had a few too many and she just felt it for a few minutes and it was just like an awkward minute or two, but it felt like forever, you know, like I don't,
Right.
you know, or like again, like they were mad at me for months after, or they didn't like they were weird after. Like, yeah, your parents upset. They needed to do something, it wasn't done. You know, I get it. Like we've all disappointed our parents. But I'm just saying, like, again, certain things could be construed a different way than what they are. Yeah, I don't know.
and people are going back through footage and stuff now. There's a moment on the red carpet moment when they released the Beckham's Netflix documentary where Nicola is visibly uncomfortable and upset to be in the photo, and Victoria doesn't even acknowledge that she's standing right next to her. Like you can tell there's something going on, and that mother wife thing always seems to be an issue. We're nearly there. We're nearly
at the end.
It is
a source of conflict. It is,
yes,
not always.
This is where he kind of reads the family as a whole. My family values public promotion and endorsements above all else. Brand Beckham comes first. Family love, in quotes, is decided by how much you post on social media or how quickly you drop everything to show up and pose for a family photo op, even if it's at the expense of our professional obligations. We've gone out of our way for years to show up and support at every fashion show, every party, every press activity to show, quote unquote, our perfect family. But the one time my wife asked for my mum's support to save displaced dogs during LA fires, my mum refused. Not a good look.
Not a good look.
Wrapping it up, the narrative that my wife controls me is completely backwards. I have been controlled by my parents for most of my life. I grew up with overwhelming anxiety. For the first time in my life since stepping away from the family, that anxiety has disappeared. I wake up every morning grateful for the life I chose and have found peace and relief. My wife and I do not want a life shaped by by images, press, or manipulation. All we want is peace, privacy, and happiness for us and our future family. As you wear your dirty laundry on Instagram.
I was going to say, if you really don't want a life manipulated by press, why do you release a press release?
Well, he's left social. He has left social media since posting all of that. So
why
just
do you keep doing this? You know, I feel like
cut and run.
Again, you don't want the attention, but you're asking for it. Like,
I get it. It's a very childish reaction, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
How if
like
they're
with,
not
like with Rob Schneider and like his kid, like again, like certain things can be like public if everybody knows about it, but like certain things just like keep to your fucking self. We don't want to hear all the family drama all the time. I don't know. It's just again, like I could done without this, you know.
Rob
like
Schneider, wasn't he an absentee dad?
Yeah, he was an absentee. He was an absentee. It's like
it's
two.
not the same situation.
It's like two extremes, though. He
It
Brooklyn was the poster child. He's the first child.
Yeah,
their first child.
We've watched all of the Beckham kids grow up.
Yeah.
And I think
It's
people
not the same
there was
situation. Again, that was a bad
there was a
analogy.
really interesting conversation I saw on another podcast. I can't remember the name of it, about what people define as big these days, because they were having a conversation where someone asked if Britney Spears was as big as Taylor Swift is now in her heyday. It's like, well, bigger, because there was no social media. There was no constant updates. People were actively pursuing. Like, it's within our lifetime, but it's changed so much. And also for the Beckhams, I mean, she was a Spice Girl. He was like Britain's golden child. And then they have their first child.
He was the king of Man U.
Yeah. So it is I think it's hard to discount what it'd be like growing up in that family, but you are also your own person now.
But
If you are stepping away from Brand Beckham, you are your own person. You've
Brad
married.
Beckham and all that media savvy gave him quite a privileged existence.
Oh, and he's married into it. He's married into a billionaire family, so
Yeah.
he's not dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Let's put it that way. You're not going to struggle or want for anything. You can release your horrible photography books and be a chef and all that kind of stuff. Like you have access to things that people could only ever dream of, and you're
Right.
complaining.
And you don't seem to
that,
understand that that's a privilege. You know,
But,
it's only been a chore.
to take it out of the macro level, we know, you all know people that have issues with their in-laws, and it's never an easy fix. It's never an easy fix, but conversation is the way to do it.
You grow up and you strap on a pair and you just put up with it, you know? You love your son, you deal with the wife, you don't have to, you know.
So I mean, they're not living in the same house or anything like that.
But you don't have to buy her a new house, you know.
Yeah.
She doesn't need it.
She doesn't need it.
She doesn't need it. But
you know.
Yeah, and this should be like a cut and dry moment then. Just wish each other luck and live your lives. And then that's the really only way you're going to get around something like this, because if you chase or if you release a different narrative, it makes things worse.
Yeah.
So given how PR savvy the Beckhams are, I can imagine that everything will be rosy and sunshiny and all that kind of stuff. There's probably going to be a Spice Girls reunion. Distractions. They take maybe a little bit of a page out of someone else's book that we know. Speaking of rewarding children for things that they haven't earned, how does Donald Trump now have a Nobel Peace Prize?
He has a medal. He does not have the title.
He has a certificate.
The Nobel
he has a
Committee
gift certificate.
Was very clear about that. The title is non-transferable. All he has is a piece of metal.
Yeah, I don't get why
100%.
he did that.
Well,
it's obvious. Well, yeah.
He wants it.
You go, Vera.
It. He really firmly believes, in spite of all evidence to the contrary, that he's ended 7 wars. That he's, forget that he started 6, but he feels that he deserves it above all else, and it should be his. And Maria Machado was hoping for his support and just like the guy who presented him with the FIFA Peace Prize, she's willing to give him the little medal and say, "Help me run my country." Of course, he took the medal.
Help me win.
The minute she walked away, he said, "She can't run this country."
Yeah, look at the look on her face. Her face is like, I'll read you the verbatim quote from the president. When asked why he would want someone else's Nobel Peace Prize, Trump said, "Well, she offered it to me. I thought it was very nice." She said, "You've ended 8 wars, and nobody deserves this prize more than in history than you do. And I thought it was a very nice gesture. And by the way, I think she's a very fine woman. We'll be talking again."
Wow,
sure.
That's different than what he said in the interview after, when he said, "Nah, she can't do it."
Yeah, you're right. Well, you had to get it in his hot little hands first before he...
Yeah.
Well, I do think, he's got a hard-on for everything that Obama did, and to make everything Obama did do it better. Obama did win the Peace Prize, and he wants it. It's on his list of things to do.
But it's not. It's like the ultimate regift.
Yeah,
it has no meaning. It has no. It's a literal piece of paper.
It might have been Jimmy Kimmel. I can't remember. Some late night host said we should all. Oh, it was Jimmy Kimmel. Now I remember. He reeled out a table full of his Emmys, his school bowling trophy. He said, "Any of these are yours, Trump. I promise. I will give them to you wholeheartedly. Just get ice out of Minneapolis." But now there's all sorts of memes like send trump your trophies.
There's one with
God.
Daniel. There's one with Daniel from Karate Kid saying Donald Trump, the winner of the Karate Tournament 1984, and so there's some really good
Yeah.
ones. I was like,
It's pretty funny.
People are
Somebody
funny.
Somebody was saying the Grammys award categories were all announced today, and in a surprise, all awards won by Donald Trump. You know? So
Oh,
he's getting ripped for it, but
Yeah.
God.
No, like it is like giving a kid a coloring book.
yeah,
It's the ultimate.
and he's
Stay
the
busy.
picture. Show that he's thrilled. I got it. I got an
Yeah.
award.
He's
Yeah.
thrilled. She's just like, whatever.
hmm
Okay.
Well, the remodel of the Oval Office, there's all these trophies on the freaking mantle. He added extra shelves to add more trophies. God knows what the trophies say. You know,
And the ballroom that's now no longer a ballroom.
the ballroom that has been halted in the courts. They were all in the courts today about that ballroom.
Yes, because it's funny, the person that was originally designing the ballroom has been replaced by somebody who specializes in apocalyptic
Ballroom?
shelters.
Oh, wow.
When they tore down the ballroom, they tore down the safe room. The safe room was
Yes.
under the east wing. Now we all know because that was the big secret. The safe room was under the east wing.
Oh, my
Now
God.
there's
now-
no
now-
safe room.
Now the aliens can do a full Independence Day. That'd be
Well,
great.
now they're really
The
going to move it to the
aliens,
West
the
Wing.
Iranians, you know.
Remember when that movie came out? Oh, that was dramatic.
Mhm.
That movies aren't that big anymore either. Remember like Jurassic
No.
Park and
Yeah.
Independence Day and all that
I
stuff.
actually
It's like
loved that
summer
movie. I watched that
blockbusters.
movie like a bunch of times.
I haven't watched it in years. I used to love that movie though.
I did. I loved that movie.
Everything exploding. It was very exciting.
Very cool.
And the one girl with the welcome, and she gets
Yeah,
blown
and
up.
those aliens blow you all up. Like,
Yeah.
"Oops, bye, girl. See you
But,
later."
The National Historic Preservation Society has sued the Trump administration that they did not have the right to tear down any part of the ballroom. And he cited the law that gave them permission to redecorate the residence. But the judge today was very adamant. There's a big difference between redecorating the living room and ripping down the east wing.
It's because I want an administration. You know that.
Yeah, I know.
I want to do it.
I'm the president, so no laws apply to me because I'm actually the king of the country.
Yeah.
So from presidential drama to on-set behind the scenes drama, this was
Ooh, here we go.
juicy. Did you guys hear anything about the queer eye
I
cast
did
fallout?
I was home that day
Woo-hoo.
because of Matthias's procedure, and I actually saw this on CBS this morning when that tape was played.
Drama.
And
So
they're all clutching hands like the drama is big. I don't know what it is, but Karamo's
well,
got
this
a
is
problem.
the thing. So they're out and
Yeah.
about to promote the final season of the show, and they showed up CBS Mornings, as you can see. Stan France, Jonathan Van Ness, Jeremiah Bent, Nancy Porowski showed up to promote, and Karamo Brown was nowhere to be found.
Mhm.
Called them an hour before saying, "I'm not coming." Well, didn't call them, called their representation, but released a statement saying that
It
he
was
did not.
actually I saw it on Today's Show. I didn't see it on
Well, this
CBS.
is this is the first. This is what happened in the morning, and then it happens
Yeah.
later on the Today Show as well. So, at CBS Mornings, he left a statement saying he's skipping the promotional trail because he's worried about being bullied. I hope everyone remembers the main theme I've tried to teach them over the past decade, which is to focus and protect their mental health and peace from people or a world who seek to destroy it, which is why I can't be there today. Now, the rest of the cast had no idea that this was happening.
Well,
And
he
Gail
blocked
King,
everybody
Gail
but the
King
new
read
guy.
that out.
He blocked
Yeah,
everybody but the new guy.
Yeah, he's blocked everyone else. So cut to them also then going over to NBC's Today Show, where a video statement was played.
Mhm.
And again, the rest of the cast had no idea.
Oh.
And it said that he's skipping the interview circuit because he's felt mentally and emotionally abused for years during his time on the show, and was advised by his therapist to protect himself and his peace by not attending.
Wow.
Well, he is not the first person to step away from the Queer Eye franchise.
Correct.
And, you know, we all know that there can be some drama with gays.
I think if we take that out of it, because that's what everyone's focusing on too. It's like, oh, a bunch of gay guys. Like, but it happens in bands. It happens in TV show casts. It happens in movie casts. Especially, I read a really interesting article about it. These were completely, pretty much unknown people before they were thrown together in their 30s and became, like, no one expected it to blow up as big as it did because it was just a reboot of the old show. But they all became very wealthy off it, prominent. They've all tried to Karama's done all right. He's got a bloody talk show out of it. You know, he's not.
Tan France has done fabulous.
Yeah, they've all established a brand for themselves.
Anthony's gotten a few movie roles, but I don't know what else he's done.
He's very good looking. That's all that matters, really. Jeez. But and this is what my thing. It's interesting that people think just because people work together that they're best friends.
Yeah.
And that's very much the vibe that show promoted, that they're all best friends, they hang out and they do all this stuff. But you don't have to be. I mean, I'm not besties with everyone I work with.
No.
No.
And as long as the job is getting done.
I don't know if I've ever mentioned my former coworker Steve on this show. But I used to work with this guy. Not you. He was, and may still be, we're not friends anymore, one of the most cynical men I've ever met. And he used to say, just because you work together doesn't make you friends. And just because you're neighbors doesn't make you friends. You know, you're all just people with one commonality that doesn't mean you have to like each other or even respect each other.
Yeah.
You just got to do the job, right? The job is the job. And
it every job requires a certain amount of conviviality. And
again, let's take it off. Let's take it off the macro scale. We've all had disagreements and drama and all that kind of stuff.
But I got kicked off the hallway.
No, but like I'm talking about us podcast wise.
Oh, podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Unless you're within the inner circle, you wouldn't know. Like there is stuff that doesn't really need to be made public, especially like he knew what he was doing by doing it on the final season launch day for all the media, and releasing two separate statements. It's a stick it to your moment, and that's what he wanted. So does that, and that's revenge, and we get it, but does it make it any better than the bullying? Because we don't know.
Well, we don't know the details of the bullying. You know, nobody's
does that make it any better? Because this is very public. Mm-hmm. This is on national/international news.
Right.
And I guess it takes them, and to be fair, the rest of the cast obviously took their media training very seriously because they handled it super professionally.
Well, they all held hands and
but for that to catch them on the fly is, you can tell when someone's.
He released that statement, and then he was like, you know what, this wasn't effective enough. I should make a video. And then he was like, okay, now let's send it in. And now, that's really what.
There's a plan there. There's an obvious intent. There's a plan there, and it makes it
definitely.
It's like, okay, well, that's fine. And,
we're never going to know the truth of it or what went down,
And,
the
he
may have been bullied by the producers or bullied by
it's the cast that he's, because he mentions everyone else. He thanks everyone else in the statement to do with the show, but doesn't mention his castmates at all. And as Vera said, he's unfollowed everyone except for the newest cast member, who replaced Bobby, who
Right.
also had an issue with his castmates and left in season 8.
Right.
So there is a history of drama within the franchise. It's very Real Housewives.
And the
kind of.
original Queer Eye blew up because behind the scenes.
And that's what happened. Yeah, that's what happened
Yeah.
with the original guys as well. They became a global phenomenon, and then
Mhm.
they all became too big for the show. It's very much probably what we're seeing, the Stranger Things cast with the Millie Bobby Brown, David Harbour, all that kind of stuff. It happens. Desperate Housewives cast. It happens. It happens to Desperate Housewives cast as well. When Nicolette Sheridan, there's always a couple of sacrificial lambs, but I think doing it when he did, you know what you're doing there, and I don't know that attack makes you any better than like it's just one-upmanship. It's like, oh well, I'll get you now. And if anything, it's probably going to make people watch Queer Eye even more.
Right.
Yeah.
They want to see it. I love
the show.
Did I ever tell you I met one of the cast members?
Of the new cast or the old cast?
I met one of the old cast.
Yeah. Who did you meet?
The old cast. I was a waitress at Pizza Hut, and out of nowhere, 2 guys come in and they sit down, and this girl says, "That's the guy from Queer for the Straight Guy." And I was like, "What? Which guy?" And it was the guy with like the nose and the blonde hair.
Carson.
From the original
Carson
cast?
Kressley.
Yes, from the very original cast.
Wow.
And we went up to him, and because obviously we were waiting on the table, I asked him for his autograph. I was like, "Oh, I'm such a fan." I never saw the show. I'm like,
you sick of it.
I don't know if I got a picture or not, but I don't even know what the autograph is anymore. That's gone. So
I met Tom DeFelice from the original show. He owns a house in Skinny Atlas, which is one town over.
Yes, I got driven past. Beautiful house.
A gorgeous house, yeah.
Kelly took me on a tour of Skinny Atlas when I was there. And this is who lives here. And I was like, oh, Kelly.
And his parents lived in the same building with my mom and stepfather. So
wow.
There you
Tom,
go,
and I
Vera.
have an autographed copy of his book upstairs somewhere.
Oh shit.
That's a very interesting situation that I remember when I was a waiter and you would deal with famous people. And you're like, how do you play this? So I always used to pretend I didn't know who they were. I was like, okay, cool. But sometimes, especially when it was like football players, I had no idea. And I was just serving. And everyone's like, oh my God. What did they say? I'm like, I don't know. They just ordered food. I'm like, don't you know who that was? I'm like,
dude.
Nope. I'm like, nope. Not the target audience for the football players. I'm sorry. Can't help you. Can't help you there. All right. Well, from sad times to happier times, if you're a millennial, it's really kind of been your week. Ladies and gentlemen, the savior has come.
Oh,
Hillary Duff. Look at Hillary, P.S. Look at Hillary.
She looks so grown up.
She's knocking 40.
Look like the same little kid.
But after nearly 20 years, she is touring again.
Mm-hmm.
She's kicked off in London. She's living the dream, and people are losing their minds.
Put that photo up again, Steve.
Put it back up.
What's going on in her arm?
Tattoos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Looks
she's
like a
tattooed up.
Cassidy.
No, she's all grown up and tattooed, and
okay.
Not without a little bit of controversy, because she's singing a new song off her new album, which is coming out in February. Quite a couple of little bops there already, Hillary. But she's singing a song called We Don't Talk. And everyone is going, hey, this is about your sister. And which we have covered before. Talking about why they aren't the people they were when they...
Behind the scenes, yeah.
Yeah, talking about why they aren't the people they were when they grew up, and if it's maybe jealousy of all this kind of stuff. Oh, the tea from Hillary Duff. She's come back. All this mama group drama. She's having a moment. She's having a moment.
I heard good things. I haven't heard any of the music, but
it's good. It's very good.
She looks so grown up compared to
And she's looking good. I'm like, you go, girlfriend. Now,
But I think like the last picture I saw of her, she didn't look quite that well.
no, she's ready to go. You know, you got to get back on the. She knows what's happening because the room is called Small Rooms Big Nerve. The tour is called Small Rooms Big Nerves. So it's like small theaters.
Right.
But apparently, for this year, there's already arena shows booked.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like the.
Well,
edge
you
it
sell
back
out
out,
small,
see how we
you
go.
get over
Yeah.
the nerves, and you see how big you can go.
100%. Now, show adjacent, there has been a Nickelodeon announcement out of nowhere.
Ah.
Keenan and
Yeah.
Kel
Oh my
meets
God.
Frankenstein.
What?
That looks
The
fun.
movie. Keenan and Kel meet Frankenstein. The movie is
Oh
coming.
my God.
I love Keenan and Kel.
I
So
do too.
I'm
Yeah.
I
I love Keenan and Kel.
fond memories of that show growing up. So it's just,
Same.
as I said, a millennial's dream at the moment.
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
I
kind
didn't
of-
watch the show, but I did see the clips. You know,
they're
Yeah.
funny.
Keenan and Cal, everybody's seen the clips.
Wonder
Yeah.
if we can get Katrina to sort of walk on. Come on, guys.
That'd be cool.
That'd be good. She can be slinging that lemonade in the cup. We were suggesting her for Good Burger too as well. It's like, come on, she could be selling
Yeah.
lemonade out in the car park. That'd be good.
Do you think we
I mean-
actually have any sway with the writers of the
You
Keenan
never
and
know.
Kel
Look.
Meet Frankenstein?
You never know. We float things out on this show, and then she ends up in an action movie and all that kind of stuff.
That's
So
true. That is
who
true.
knows? Who knows what
Yeah.
is to behold? All right, I have a little bit of an opinion piece, and I'm glad that I have both of you here today because it's a little bit of a controversial one. So, another person that everyone loves to kind of hate on, and someone from the Mummy Group.
Aww.
They are celebrating the birth of their first daughter through surrogacy. Now, the fans are, very pleased for her. It's her first daughter. But there have been a little bit of a swing on social media, mainly TikTok, accusing her of being performative and staged in having a skin-to-skin contact photo with her surrogate child.
Yeah, I'm calling bullshit on that.
Right?
That is
I-
a well-recognized way to bond with your child.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fathers who do skin contact. A lot of mothers. It's a bonding moment. It's not ours to judge.
100%. So the reason why, obviously, people have a big issue with the fact that she did not carry this child. It is biologically her and her husband's child, but she did not carry the child due to issues with her last pregnancy that she says she still has PTSD over. Her last son was born premature, NICU, all that kind of stuff. And the recovery was quite traumatic for her as well. So I think the people that are criticizing this don't understand how surrogacy, especially professional surrogacy, works.
Yeah.
And
This
just
is
because
all
she
ignorant.
didn't carry that baby doesn't make it not her child.
Right.
Then that means that Kim Kardashian, Khloe Kardashian are not
Beyonce.
mothers of their children because
That means any
Kim had
adoptive
3 other
parent
kids
in the
through
entire world is
surrogacy.
not a mother.
Yeah.
It's,
So,
it's
Christina,
a very
you're
restrictive view of parenting.
you're a mum. Talk us through this. This is offensive, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
she's caring for this child. It's her DNA. I don't understand why, if just because it didn't come out of her vagina, she didn't grow it in her stomach. It's not hers. And then
Yeah.
what? She can't bond with this baby that's hers. Like, leave mothers alone. That's it. Just leave mothers alone, especially new mothers. I know she has another child, but like, she's emotional now too. I just, the body works in amazing ways. She could actually probably start breastfeeding now. You never know. Like, things that they said that, like, if you have those emotions, if you're feeling, or if you're around that baby, and if you start to, like, work those muscles again. I don't know. Vera knows the technical terms, but like,
Lactate.
yes, thank you. You could start lactating. Like,
Mhm.
it's just, I just feel like there are so many things that you could get on her about. Don't get on it about her caring for her baby.
Right.
Like,
And
what the fuck?
to paint such a narrow view of bonding with your child, you negate adoptive parents,
Yeah.
you know,
Foster parents,
aunts and uncles raising nieces and nephews,
Yeah.
grandparents
grandparents
raising
raising
kids.
children.
You know,
Yeah.
these bonds are not yours to judge.
Yeah, no.
No.
A
And
parent
I
is a
don't.
parent because
Yeah.
they care for that child. I don't.
Yeah.
People
I
just
don't
like to
see
hate.
anything.
People just like to hate on this woman, and I've seen it. I've seen the comments that she just didn't want to have a baby because she finally got skinny.
Oh my God, I can't.
That's
People are so ignorant. Again, it's just, you're so dumb. Like, this is not. She didn't want to have a baby because she didn't want to die having a child. Like, so if you had the money to bring another child of yours into this world, then yes,
and she can.
do so.
They want this child. They can care for
Yeah.
this child. They can afford to care for this child. They've made an agreement with somebody who is happy to carry their child for a financial reward. That's not, that doesn't want that child as their own. Why is it anyone else's business?
Labor and delivery is one of the most dangerous medical procedures still in 2026. You know, there's so much that can go wrong, and mothers die in childbirth still all the time. You know, the numbers have gone down, but it's still very risky to have a child.
Yeah.
People don't have anything to say about Betty Sue around the corner, who is having their 6th child just because they don't believe in contraception. Like,
Exactly.
Get on there.
What the hell was their name? The Duggars.
Yeah.
Then they
Why
have
don't we get on? Yeah.
600 freaking children.
Yeah.
John and Kate +8, the Octomum. Well, people are on the Octomum, but
Yeah.
just because some people go about it the acceptable way doesn't mean they're doing any better a job or any better a person.
All the teen moms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, come on. It just pisses me off. Like you said, she's in a good space. She had the money to be able to, again, save her life and create a new one as well. I don't understand why there's hate against that. I don't know why people would hate it. Like, it's her baby, and she's holding her baby. Just be happy.
Just let her be happy.
And
let her be happy
she's
about
a
it.
daughter. Of course, she's going to get emotional.
It has nothing to. It doesn't really affect anyone else in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but people always have something to say. It's just like, okay, you're not happy. You're just not a happy person if you have to pick on something like that.
This is one of those downsides of everybody having access to information. You know, it's like I'm a big Buffalo Bills fan, and they lost in the playoffs last Sunday, and the online hate is amazing. You know, it's like Buffalo's a shit team. You know, it's like they lost. What do you need to complain about them for?
Yeah.
You know, it's like everybody wants to have their 2 cents. You know, everybody has to be an expert. You know, this happened and they made this mistake and this mistake. It's like, is it really?
They know.
You know.
Like,
is it really that important?
It's like when people
that game, you know,
people are salivating over these text messages between Taylor Swift and what's her name, Blake Lively, about the Justin Baldoni thing because the text messages are being
brought
made
out
now.
Court.
Of course Taylor Swift's going to stand by her friend. You know, I don't like. Just I wonder, right? If we're all happy commenting on celebrities and people being heinous to them, what happens if the celebrity then comes to your social media and starts making some judgments on your parenting and your appearance, and then they'd be bullies, right?
Right.
Yeah. Of course.
Stay out of people's business. I go back to Kelly Osbourne quote from the late 90s, early 2000s, my vagina, my body, my business. Just, you stay over there. Stay in your own lane. Her having a family has nothing to do with anyone else, and how they choose to have a family.
And
It's just,
to take a beautiful parental bonding moment and accuse it of being performative and,
Yeah.
it's a shitty thing to do.
petty. It's small.
It is what it is. But congratulations, Megan. I'm glad you've got a happy, healthy baby. Like, that's the main thing.
Yeah.
She has a happy and healthy baby. That's, in this day and age, that's a blessing. Another blessing comes every episode. It's time for Vera Van. Okay, Miss V, here we go. 3, 2, 1, Van.
Well, it's time for my weekly review of life here in Trumplandia. Most of everything I'm going to talk about happened today. Been a very eventful day. As some of you may know, Jack Smith, the special prosecutor appointed by Merrick Garland to look into the 2020 election and to see if there was any fraud and if there was any crimes committed. And Jack Smith's very thorough investigation did seem to point out that there was a lot of improprieties on the President Trump's part. And he did pursue charges in court, but Judge Aileen Cannon, who a long-known loyal Trump supporter, sealed all those charges, and the case was dropped because of the election and did not want to be viewed as partisan or election interference. So the case was sealed. Jack packed up all his toys and went home. And now somebody decided that it was time for Jack Smith to face the comeuppance he deserved for being a political hack man for the Biden administration. And the first words out of his mouth were, "No, I'm not a partisan hack. I wrote the quote down. He was called to Congress to defend himself as a partisan hack. He testified for 5 hours today while Republican congressmen tried to trip him up and tried to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that this was a partisan hack. And all he kept saying is, no one is above the law. The law in this country required that he be held to account. He stated unequivocally that there was proof beyond a reasonable doubt that Trump interfered in the 2020 election and used his power and his office to try to control the outcome of the election, but he was unable to offer any evidence because that's all sealed. But in the end, again, he said, no one is above the law in this country, and the law required that he be held to account. So that is what I did. Denied all partisan hack, was unable to be tripped up, did not hang himself in spite of the Republicans' best efforts. Also happening today, President Donald Trump made a speech at Davos on the world stage. It's a yearly convocation of business and political leaders to discuss moving forward, to discuss global climate change, to discuss the issues that affect us all every day. And he was met with a lot of applause. Everybody was there. It was a packed house. And while on stage, the president became very, very confused. He confused Iceland and Greenland 3 different times. He confused Denmark and Norway multiple times. And then he began to highlight his own achievement and talk about why he should be the greatest president of all times. He bragged about the most perfect economy. He bragged about unemployment numbers that don't exist. He bragged about ending 7 wars. And he told everybody in Davos that everybody's glad to meet me. And then he started yelling at them. He started yelling at them about Greenland, and he started yelling at them about, not supporting him and not getting the Peace Prize, and he should get the Peace Prize, and he should attack the countries just because he didn't get the Peace Prize. And it became a very disjointed and very argumentative speech that the people started to leave. So by the end of the speech, the most successful president of all time was speaking to an empty room. Also happening today, that ICE continues to escalate their war on Minneapolis. Since the execution of Renee Good, they are more lawless, they are more violent. This morning, they apprehended a father taking his child to school. They took the 5-year-old to the home, knocked on the door to use the child as bait to get the family out of the house, and then they detained the child. They apprehended a 17-year-old kid that was working at Target, took him away, beat him up, left him, realized that he was an American citizen, and unceremoniously dumped this 17-year-old in a parking lot miles away from his job, miles away from his car, and miles away from his store where he was working. If it wasn't for the passing strangers noticing this 17-year-old child crying and bloody, he would have had no help at all. They rammed a car in Minneapolis, 2 women just sitting on the corner, and then they got out of the car, surrounded the car, guns drawn, and accused the women of backing into them. Detained them both, just for the sheer terror of it. Every time this stuff comes up, the Trump supporters say, well, if they were doing things legally, they would not have this trouble. Well, that's not the case. They're arresting American citizens. They're breaking into homes without warrants. And I intend to point out that Barack Obama deported 300,000 to 400,000 illegal residents from this country every year for 8 years, and he did it legally. He did it by the law. He used due process. He used warrants. He used the courts, and those people were sent back to their country of origin. This branch of the government is performing without warrants, without due process, and they are spending $10 billion, and to date have only managed to deport 110,000 people, of which only 9 were actually gang members and criminals. Everyone else they're deporting may not have been here with papers, but they were here, good citizens, obeying our laws and contributing to our economy. So all of these ICE immigrants or all these ICE agents really think that they have blanket immunity and that they don't have to function within the law. Well, Trump's not going to be a president forever. And you should look at what happened to the Gestapo during Nuremberg. That's all I got to say.
Ooh, that was a little bit of a cool fade back in for us. Well said, as always, Vera. That is the end of the show for another week. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for tuning in on the various platforms that we are exposed to and exposing you to. If you are wanting to listen to the show, please do. It gives us a little bit of a kickback. So we're available on Spotify, Spreaker, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, TuneIn. Basically, look and see, and you'll probably find us. We're there. Wherever.
And we do emphasize little because none of us are getting rich.
No, we're trying. Hey, we're getting more. We're getting more and more every month.
To?
It's getting a little bit more. Jeffrey's getting a payout of nearly $20 for January, and then there'll be more. Mm-hmm. So we're getting there. We're getting there. We keep plugging along, and we'll be back again next week. We'll be international again next week. I'll be coming to you from Canada. It'll be very interesting.
Yes.
Stay tuned for some uncensored horror during the week as well. And until next week, don't be a Beckham, I guess.
Stay cool, man.
Stay cool, man. Peace out.